already. All right, we have a pressure meter that we are unveiling. Listen, as the season goes along, some teams meet expectations, some teams fall short. And you better believe in the high equity era of college football. What's this mean? Paychecks, lots of bread, lots of money. It means coaches.
Feds cut the rate.
Well,
anyway, keep going.
Congrats. The coaches who get paid a lot of money are going to be facing a lot of pressure to perform and perform better. And that brings us to Florida State. Mike Norvell's Seminoles 0-3 after their undefeated regular season last season. You pay all the money to DJ Uiagalelei to bring him on board, and you're 0-3 to show for it. Where do you put the pressure meter using our color-coded system for Mike Norvell?
The hottest of hot, the reddest of reds. All right, the pipes are about to burst. Give me scorching hot. Our graphics team. Better than your graphics team. Listen, we understand that Florida State has re-signed him, extended him.
Yes.
And to a certain extent, that doesn't matter if your pockets are deep enough, and there are some schools whose pockets can potentially be deep enough to say, we've seen enough, whatever. We've already talked about how Norvell went into the transfer portal and handpicked his quarterback who has not lived up to any sort of expectations, whether it was from Clemson, whether it was from Oregon State. DJ Uiagalelei and that Seminoles team 0-3. They're playing Cal this week, undefeated. They're going to start the season 0-4.
ACC rival.
Of course. It's the billing we've all been waiting for. So, scorching hot.
Okay, wrong. We were looking for light green. We were looking for light green.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you why. He just signed a not just, but after last season's, again, 13-0 record, where you lose Jordan Travis regular season, you lose Jordan Travis to the NFL. There's some leeway here. Okay, it's not, he can put this squarely on DJU, his quarterback, and not on himself. Hey, if I had confident quarterback play, who knows where we'd be? We'd probably be 2-1 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move that to a light green. There's some. Okay, the answer's more than 0.
Interesting.
But it's not all the way dark red.
I'm just curious, if you order a meal and you don't like it, do you blame the ingredients or do you blame the chef who's supposed to put it all together?
When you got food poisoning in D.C. last week, did you blame the ingredients or the place that sold it to you?
I blamed you because I was sick of being away from you.
Let's keep it in the state of Florida because the Gators will have some of what the Seminoles have had. Listen, you ever been driving down a highway in Florida and you see one of those Jeeps come by that's just sideless, just open air?
Oh, man, it feels good.
That's a Gators Jeep. Why? Because it got their doors blown off. Miami did it, and so did Texas A&M. That scored not nearly as close as it should have been. And then you're thumping your chest because you beat Samford. Billy Napier, pressure reading is what?
It's already maxed out.
Oh, my.
Okay, it's maxed out, and this one is even more insult to injury because
we can insult Florida more.
They didn't have to do what they did in part ways with Dan Mullen, who was New Year's Six bowl game after New Year's Six bowl game. What's Billy Napier? What bowl game? The toilet bowl game?
Nailed it.
Yeah, crushed it.
Yeah, he's a lot like us. He's a man of the people in that he also watches New Year's bowl games on TV.
Correct.
Along with the rest of us because he's not coaching.
I just saw a coach in Florida wearing a jacket. Dude, read the room. You're coach in Florida. Why are you wearing a jacket?
I'm gonna go light yellow. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not quite ready to dial it all the way to red. It's a light orange? It's a light orange is what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
It's a hue of orange.
That's what I meant to say. It's a hue because A, what? Brings out the eyes. B, well, hold on. What else? They have lagway. And lagway means leeway. Follow me. Graham Mertz, we know what he is. We know what he is because we know where he's been. He's a lifer. He's the Van Wilder of college football.
I get that reference.
Been in college since Van Wilder was in theaters. So I think Lagway gives them a little bit of hope. If Lagway comes on and plays well, maybe they keep Lagway with Napier because they don't want Lagway to leave. Maybe that's the thing that saves his job.
And what are we as a society without hope?
Right.
Who knows?
Let's go to Michigan. Sharon Moore and company, out of the chute, 2-1. That's good. How they've won the 2, not so good. So if you had to assign a pressure meeting on Sharon Moore, what would you put it?
This is a moving scale.
Where'd you put it?
This is a moving scale for me. So yesterday I could have answered red hot. Today though, you know what I'm gonna answer? A different hue of orange.
Dude.
Because
are you Chicken Little?
Their
sky is falling constantly.
This calendar year they were national champions. He was tasked with being the coach of that team on the bookends of the season. We know he's got it, but it is not that same roster makeup that won the national championship. When you lose 13 players from a national championship team, there's obviously going to be a fall from grace. All I'm saying is that fall comes faster and harder because you have that block M on your hat, and they do not have patience up there in Ann Arbor. But the runway's still a touch longer for Coach Moore.
I'm going to go light yellow. Mine is light yellow.
Okay.
Because there's a concern that the offense looks the way it is. Sometimes it's like having a significant other.
Looks like he has jaundice.
Well, I hope he gets that taken care of.
Yeah, me too.
But sometimes it's like, hey, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Yeah.
It's not that you're losing, it's how you lost. You got boat raced at home. How'd you win? Unimpressive, right out of the chute against Fresno State. How'd you win? Not great in our third game of the season. So you just say all that to say they need to lose respectably to SC if they do, in fact, lose. I agree with you. The cupboards were relatively bare on the offensive side when he came in, and there's still that game against Ohio State. Listen, you can lose about 4 or 5 games in Ann Arbor. If one of your wins is over Ohio State,
then you're good.
You're Gucci.
My
there for
follow-up
another
question,
year.
if you had time to answer, how many boat races have you been in?
In or watched?
Both.
Several. Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman and company. Hey, suddenly they have a pulse. They absolutely obliterate Purdue. Riley Leonard still hasn't passed for a whole lot, but at least it was ground and pound over Purdue. The pressure reading on your head coach, Marcus Freeman, is what?
Marcus Freeman.
Marcus Handsome.
I'm feeling the pressure meter rising and rising, just squarely in the middle.
Yeah?
Squarely.
That's a decent amount. Why is that in the middle?
The Purdue win was huge.
It was
literally, figuratively.
Yes.
They took that drum and beat the brakes
that dumb drum.
off of that Purdue. I mean, that's their claim to fame. Is Purdue? It's like, hey, you can come here for the schooling,
go with the astronauts,
or you can come here for the hitting of the drum. Yeah. Listen, Marcus Freeman, they're at a disadvantage. Obviously, there's not a conference to win, but with Notre Dame comes the pedigree of getting the benefit of the doubt. And as long as they string together enough wins, they will get the benefit of the what, Randy?
Doubt.
Boom.
Yes, I'm going to go light green. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Because of the Irish.
No, I appreciate you teaming me up. I'm going to go light green, not only because it fits with the colorway, but also because
I didn't know they were light green. I thought it was more of a clover green.
You were supposed to. Riley Leonard was supposed to fix your problems. That was it. It was it. All we need is a quarterback. That we got it. We lost our guy to the NFL, Sam Hartman, Sam Handsome. Just got to keep this thing going with Riley Leonard. What happened? How's he look?
Not as handsome.
Not great.
Not as handsome.
He looks like a good runner, not a good thrower. The problem is the forward pass was invented in the 1920s. It's kind of important now in college football. You say they're at a disadvantage. It's self-imposed. They're not in a conference. They could be and join up and give themselves a better shot. Instead, they do have to thread the needle. Luckily, their schedule is a joke. So we'll go ahead and keep that there.